What's going on in this felony? Let me just reset this pending. No, that was dismissed. There's an MHA. It's just a third degree PCS. Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What court's in?
178.
So if you can give me a second, I send a message to see when a recusal is filed, can I still, because I don't know if that stops all the proceedings and it goes to the administrative judge to have the hearing or not. So give me like 10 minutes and then I'll come back and then I'll give you an answer.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. You got it, you know? Yeah, for sure. Hey, Aaron, there's something else I needed to talk to you about.
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Messina was here yesterday.
Correct.
You represent him on the
AFM and you picked up a VPO.
AFM, BPO, and you pick up the injury to child. Melissa yesterday noticed, because she was looking through the VPO, found in the AFM, the MOAP had been amended in August of 22.
Okay.
So for some reason, I don't know what, I don't know how, but I don't know if it didn't get amended with pretrial services as well.
Okay.
But I don't know if he was on bond for, with,
He
or
actually
if he was
wasn't
even being
violated.
supervised.
Okay.
But the problem is that they filed the VPO based on going back to that house, but I had let him go back to that.
Okay.
I found no PC yesterday. I found no PC on the VPO because I don't think that it was right.
Okay, appreciate that.
He's still in custody, obviously, because of the felony. He picked up the felony, the injury, and so we're still here on our assault. He still has the injury. So for what it's worth, the other thing also is that when you file the competency,
Yes, I spoke to Melissa. I filed it under the new VPO, but I just refiled it under the AFM.
are you okay if we scratch out and put the new?
Yeah, I just scratched.
You did it?
Yeah, I scratched.
Okay, because I want to make sure that it's like done the right way, that we don't, so, okay.
I did lazy on that one. I scratched it.
All right, we're good?
Well, we're good, Judge.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Judge, are we coming back? Are we circling back to Macaulay?
Yeah, because once someone files a recusal, I think that,
And once again, Judge, it hasn't formally been filed yet.
I would ask her.
I just
I
probably.
mean, if you're gonna file it, just, really, I mean, like I said, we briefly started to
Okay.
yesterday, and I said, look, let me get Aaron on the phone, and that's why I called you. The idea is, and from what I understand, they're saying he's been making threats using the phone system to get the CW to drop the case. And the scary thing is that the father who's on bond for murder is allegedly also making threats. And when I asked them today, I said, look, I don't want to do anything, and I'm not going to put him in ag seg unless you can show me that he's actually made threats, because I don't want to, when you put someone in ag seg, you literally lock them in a one-person room
Right.
by themselves 23 hours a day for 7 days a week. They don't have access to anything.
Right.
That is
That's about as.
it's a death sentence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because that's the only way that we can prevent someone from making phone calls.
So Judge, I was not really exploring that route yet. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to.
We can admonish him and tell him to stop. And then if it continues, at that point, we use it as,
I also would like to get a MOAB, Judge. Our investigator put in the request for the jail calls, so we should have those soon. I'll follow up with her
oh, so
today.
you don't have any, you don't have it.
I don't have the.
Because I know that
jail-
it takes a little bit to go.
I think she'd be able to get them pretty quickly. I don't think it would take that long. I've never done it before, but I spoke to her yesterday about it and she said she can get
Can
them.
we,
to us.
Aaron, can we admonish real quick?
Yes, we can admonish, Judge, and if that's all was said, then we're good. I mean, I've known it for a long time.
I'm not doing anything, and I don't want to do anything like I said yesterday until, do you mind grabbing my?
And that's why I didn't follow. I've known you a long time, Judge. I wanted to talk to you before we go down that route.
I want to do everything on the up and up, and I never am going to hold someone accountable unless I know 100% that they're really effing up, you know?
Understood.
Especially given that we've done this one time before,
Okay.
and the guy was miserable because it's a miserable situation,
I mean,
right? And perhaps this is enough.
That's how you turn into the Joker. I mean,
So,
Right.
I mean,
You're
like,
right. I mean, it's when you have too much time by yourself, it's
yeah, well, the state would ask that he not even like have a bond, like amount, like we would ask that he stay in jail right now for security reasons, for the complainant's security, because she is scared of him. She has told me that he
hold on,
has-
hold on, hold on. Wait till he gets,
Okay, yes, Judge.
he needs to hear all this as well. Aaron, do you want a chance to speak to him first?
yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so can't get it and you can't get a hold of the officer.
Can we, if we go forward to trial situation, can we request that witness be struck?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done.
That's all we want.
Yes, that's it.
Your Honor.
All right. All right, JP. So Friday,
I'll have
homeboy. Okay. I need your cell phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you mind? Can you please, so I can start texting you? All right. Good morning, Mr. McCauley.
Yes, sir.
How are you? Shh. So I have you out here because I have a couple things that have been brought to my attention that are quite concerning. I'm not asking you to say anything. I don't want you to say anything, but I want to put something on your radar. I want to do everything in my power to protect my city, my public, and I'm going to do it in every way that I can. I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But from what I understand, state is telling me that you have been allegedly making phone calls or threatening the complaining witness. In this case, you're charged with terroristic threat. And I want you to understand that it's a no, don't. I'm not asking much from you. All I'm asking you to do is don't contact this witness. Don't use anyone else to contact this witness. Don't make any threats. I had someone in this very situation not too long ago. I found that they continued to make threats and I put them in ag seg. I put them in segregation, separation. They literally sit in one room for 23 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they get 1 hour to go out. I don't want to have to do this to you, but if I find that you're threatening the witness in this case, I'm going to have to take drastic measure. And that includes putting you in ag seg. That means they take you out of Gen Pop, put you in this thing, and you're stuck there indefinitely until I guess either the case is resolved one way or the other. I also understand that your father is also allegedly as well. He's on bond for murder from what I hear. And if they go up there and they start hooting and hollering up there with the felony judge, it's very possible that they take action as well. Just don't. Life is way too short to spend the next years inside a 6x9 box. It's not worth it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Don't make any phone calls. Don't use anyone else. All I'm asking you to do is just don't. You know, if they, from this day forth, if I find that it happens, I will have a hearing to hold you in ag seg. You have to understand every phone call that is made, any correspondence that is sent, it's all recorded for the entire world to see. There are eyes and ears everywhere. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you want to add anything?
Yes, Judge. So I've been in contact with the complainant. She has told me that in the past, she has gone to the hospital because of him having to have, because he's been physically abusive to her. She thought that he was capable of acting on his threat had the police not arrived when they did. The first time I made contact with her, she told me that she had wanted the case to be dropped. And then the next day, she called me again and said that um, the defendant, the witness on the case, who is the defendant's friend, basically ensured that that's what she had told me, that she had wanted the case dropped. And so they have been making contact with her, Judge, the defendant, the friend, and the defendant's father. The complainant is in fear for her life. She feels like she's being harassed and threatened. He has been in communication with her since being in jail. She has blocked the jail calls now. I advised her to file police reports so that we can get all this on paper because, for defense, defense has certain rights as well, Judge. And so, we want to do this formally. I would ask that given the egregiousness of all this and due to the genuine safety concerns that the complainant has, I would ask the defendant not be released from custody.
So from what I see now, and I'm gonna, here, you respond, please.
If I will, Your Honor, right now, he's still currently on bond in this case. And at this point, we have been given no notice of what the actual allegations are. We haven't seen a bond revocation report. We have yet to see any evidence of this other than hearsay from a party that is yet to come to testify to give her own testimony. I believe right now, a revocation of bond is improper.
He's right. I know that you're standing up for the complaining witness in this case. I understand, but I have to see, right?
Judge.
And number one, has there been a no contact that's been entered in this case anyways?
There were bond conditions. In the bond conditions, he was supposed to have no contact.
Okay,
But we need a MOA, Judge. There's no MOA in place.
I will grant the order for protection now.
And I've spoken to my client. We're in agreement to that.
So-
That's fine.
Just, you're on notice. Eyes, ears everywhere. This is what we do. I don't want to have to do anything to you. I don't want to have to put you in seg. So please, just don't. And just, like I said, life is not worth spending the next couple years in a box. So you're on bond in this case. I'm not going to revoke your bond now because they've not shown me anything that you have violated other than words. Okay. If they show me something, that's different. I'm going to enter in this order for protection now that prohibits you from having contact with her. So don't use anyone else. You understand, Mr. McCollum?
Yes, sir.
So this order for protection now,
It was signed on 11/7.
I know I'm granting a new one so that it extends it for another 61 days. So that Ms. DeVoe is now a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. Understand, if you continue, it's very possible they file stalking charges on you as well, right? There's a multitude of other charges that can be facing if it continues. You cannot communicate with this person indirectly or in an indirect manner. You cannot use another person to try to communicate with this person. You cannot be in possession of a weapon, go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Just don't communicate. Are we good? Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna have you sign this order for protection.
I have a question, Judge, before we, is there a way to attach the father to it as well so that he doesn't have contact or no? I didn't think there was, I just wanted.
So what I had advised and the appropriate way would be go to the felony court,
Yes.
apprise them of what is going on. They can take the measures if they deem appropriate, how to do that. But you need more than just the words, right?
So we should have the jail calls soon, according to my investigator. I spoke to her about it yesterday. Did you want to set it?
So
And what
I
do you-
would like to, at the minimum though, given the benefit of the doubt, because I've not spoken to him, to let him know the consequence of trying to communicate with her. You're on notice now. They want me to put you in separation now. I'm not going to do it. But if after today, December 4th, 2024, if I find that it continues,
Order in the court.
okay? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt now, but it's not gonna happen again.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We good?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Life's not worth a 6x9 box. There's so many other fish in the sea. This is not your problem. You're on probation. That's what's holding you. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Really?
I understand that. Your Honor.
Okay.
And at this point, Judge, I believe the only thing I have, at least when I looked yesterday, visible to me is an OR. Can we get a regular reset on this? case?
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like the felony is set for January 22nd. Whatever you want, it's yours, whatever you need. Yeah. All right, Mr. McCauley, we need you to sign them up and then good luck, okay? All right. Yes, sir.